When someone passes away, their family is often left to handle a lot, emotionally and legally. Today we're talking about one part of that process that can be a little confusing: probate.
Joining us in studio this morning is Corey Schmutz, partner at Jeffrey Burr, to help clarify what probate is and why it matters. Good morning, Corey. How you doing?
Good morning. Doing well. Thanks for having me.
No, it's a pleasure having you on. Obviously, an important part. Sadly, unfortunately, you know, families will be doing this. So, for people who may not be aware, what is probate, and when would a family expect to be going through that situation?
Yeah, so probate is just the legal process when a person passes away to get their assets transferred from the deceased person to the beneficiaries. And it's a court system, and you know, we kind of figure out who the creditors are. We figure out if there's any problems with the will. You know, like if somebody signed a will when they had Alzheimer's and they didn't know what they were doing. And that's kind of what probate is. That's a court system.
Okay. Now, how long does probate usually take, and what sort of things might make it a little bit longer?
Yeah, so probate, typically we tell people from start to finish, it's usually 8 to 12 months if everything's real smooth. But you know, some cases it can take years and years if there's battles about the will or other issues or taxes that have to be done that get complicated. So it can take a long time.
But some people might hear that and think, man, I would like to avoid that at all costs. Can people, you know, avoid going through probate? Is that possible?
Yeah, that's a great question. Avoiding probate is really simple. You just have to kind of plan ahead of time. So that's what we do, you know, all day is we meet with clients. We set up different ways. Usually we use trusts and things like that to avoid this whole court system and make things as easy as possible for the beneficiaries and family members.
Okay. And what should people know or sort of be privy to when it comes to planning ahead? What are those things that you recommend?
Yeah, when you plan ahead, you know, you just kind of, probably the most important decision you make is who you want to put in charge of your estate. You know, we call that a trustee or an executor, depending on if we're using a will or trust. And kind of figuring out, you know, what issues are there with the beneficiaries, how can we best protect them to make sure everything's nice and smooth and that all our beneficiaries are protected.
Yeah, obviously this is a difficult subject for a lot of people to take on and to approach, and no one really likes to discuss or think about it. But there's a lot of people out there who go through really difficult situations when these things aren't put in place. So if there's anyone watching who should have already done this or thinks it's way too early, is it too early to start planning for this if you're 20, 30, 40 years old?
That's a great question. Yeah, I mean, there's no time that you should do it. It's real easy to do, and you know, one of my favorite compliments I get when people come in is they're like, oh, that was so much easier than I thought it was going to be. So yeah, you can plan ahead anytime and, you know, meet with an attorney. We try and make it as easy as possible to get things set up and get it ready to go.
Yeah.
So for someone who might be a little overwhelmed with something like that, I mean, what is the process like to do either planning or getting someone set up?
Yeah, probably the first step is just, you know, reach out to an estate planning attorney, schedule an appointment, and then they just come in, we meet with them, we talk things over, and it's a pretty easy process, probably a lot simpler than most people think it is.
Yeah, I think another thing is, I think a lot of people think the families are gonna feud over things, but once everything's laid out, as long as everyone understands the process and what's happening, then it's as simple as like things being laid out on a sheet. As difficult or as like cold as that can be, it's like there's the house, there's the money, there's the inheritance. Those kind of things, you know, can be discussed and taken care of.
Yeah, that's what we find, you know, when you do your planning ahead of time and there's legal documents, when you do pass away, it's much easier. The family knows what's happening, it's set out in the legal documents, and it really cuts down on the problems and the family fighting. You know, the last thing we want to do is set something up that causes a big battle when someone passes away. So that's kind of one of the goals, is let's make it so your family doesn't fight over this and it brings the family together.
Plan and discuss.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right.
You got
Thank you so much for sharing your insight today.
No problem. Appreciate you having us.
Yeah, there's a lot to think about, but you don't have to navigate it alone. The team at Jeffrey Burr specializes in estate planning and probate, and they're here to help you protect what matters most.
To learn more or to schedule a consultation, visit jeffreyburr.com.